What up, everybody? It's your boy Neo, and I'm back with another segment. Not so much live, but still, we rocking and rolling. I want to give you guys an update on how everything is going as far as my progress, because it has a lot to do with y'all. In the meantime, enjoying my little slideshow I got going on because that is what brought about this video. A picture like that, and of course, hi, you could see me in the background. Something new, I'm always playing around with this program. But anyway, right behind me, right over here, you'll be able to see it on this side a little bit right there. Is my vision board, and I passed by it today, and one picture. It's basically a picture of a the interior of a private jet, as you will be seeing in this slideshow. Um, Except it was nothing like these beasts up here. Oh my goodness, I didn't even know those existed. Um, so anyway, I saw it, I grabbed it, and I rubbed it, and I felt it. I felt like it would. Basically, my thought was, and remember how I play with words. So your mind, so your ego can't step in and say, "Oh, well, you're not good enough. You're not this. You're not that." Like it's going to. Um, I said this would feel good. This would be, basically what I said to myself, not with words, but with emotion was, this would be nice. This would feel good. Kind of like those two sentences mashed together. And it would. My ego had no choice but to shut up and let me have that moment. It would. And it reminded me of one thing right after that. Immediately, I was only able to enjoy it for a second, and this is what the mind does. Um, Automatically thought to myself, wow, I haven't even thought of this board in months. I'm gonna keep it real with you guys. That's why I have so many different exercises, things posted up all over my house. Is the hope that I'll catch a glance at something and it will wake me up to the moment. Now, I always see my triggers that I have around the house. I'm holding one in my hand right now. My latest anchor is a key. Um, I always see them, but they're background, you know? It's just like if you turn in your chair and there's a TV hanging up on you in front of the wall, it's just background. And on the off chance that I do actually notice them, I'm usually like, all right, I'll do the mental exercise. As a matter of fact, people who have iPhones, like I'm an iPhone again, I guess, even though it's pissing me off. Go in your reminders, okay? Create a new one. And when they ask you, make a new reminder, make a new list, I'm sorry. And when you make that list, write down the affirmations, set it to go off every day at whatever time. It's not really going to alert you, or I don't know if I just have mine turned off. I forget what I did. But either way, and then whatever the affirmation is, one of mine is I got paid today. Because I did. And what I did by that is I divided up exactly what I'll get in 365 days estimated, but you can't estimate high because your ego's going to shoot you down. You got to use something you've obtained probably within the last year so the ego can't really shoot you down as hard as it wants to. Um, Take that number, 365, divided by that. Yeah, divided by 365, and that'll get what I got today. Now, my situation is different from yours. If you work 5 days a week, it might be more complicated. You do your own math, whatever feels good to you. But anyway, I got paid today. So the fact that it's not, if I only got paid on Fridays, this wouldn't work for me. It would hurt me in my chest, because my ego would be like, no, you didn't. You're lying. You got paid yesterday, or whatever day of the week it is. So it's kind of like it's a very slippery slope. You got to find the right wording for it. But either way, that's what I use. Because that is kind of what I get paid to be, in essence. You know what I mean? Like I don't get up and go places, and I get paid to be. So it's kind of pretty cool. I was able to manifest that. That way, and I manifested that by breaking it down and doing it that way. But anyway, you know, that's one of the things in the list. And so let's say I have that there, or let's just say skip all that I just said. Just say the word yes. Put in parentheses the word yes. Now, what's going to happen is this little number is going to be in the bottom of your screen. It's going to make you want to click on it, so that number will go away. And when you click on it, you're going to see what it is. You're going to remember why you put it there. You're going to click OK. You're going to click yes. And then you're going to say yes 10 times. By the time you get to the third time, you're going to be feeling excellent no matter what kind of mood you're in. You're going to be feeling better, I'll say, at the very least. Now, here's the thing. What I've been doing is, and I have a whole list of these, what I've been doing is I won't click it. Because if you click it, it'll go away for the day. Unless you set it for every hour or some crap like that. But if you click it, it'll go away for the day. So what I might do is I'll leave it on there. And the next day comes around. So when I click it, I'm clicking it off of yesterday, and it will reappear for today. So it's kind of like a premeditated way of, setting yourself up to make sure you do it more than once a day without having it go off every hour. Because I tried that. It was too much. Every 2 hours, every 4 hours, every 6 hours. Remember, I've been field testing this for 8 years. And I try to rule out the ones that we're just not going to use because they're corny. You know what I mean? So, in the spirit of all of that, use that little reminder app. It's pretty cool to do these mental exercises, which is the point in everything that I'm saying right now, because this map, it is a map, this vision board I have behind me, it's a great board. It's got a lot of great things up there. A bunch of them I've done, so that while I'm appreciating having that particular thing, I move over to something that I want, and I still have that feeling. I kind of mesh them together, and I give an emotional burst, thus pushing me further, closer to that, thus magnetizing us closer together. Any two things that vibrate at the same frequency will naturally move together. But it's a shame because, like I said, when I touched this picture and I felt it, and I felt so good, and I loved it, I remembered it. I don't even remember. It's just background. And I need to bring it back. I need to be more disciplined. I need to actually stop at least once a day and try to feel something on this board. Because you know what it is? Sometimes I'm just not in the mood to be all trying to imagine that that's my yacht. Trying to feel happy that that's my yacht. Because honestly, it's not. And that kind of pisses me off. And that, since that's my reality, it trumps that. And then it reminds me about other things about my reality that aren't the way I would prefer them to be. I'm not unappreciative. I'm very appreciative for everything I have. But you gotta understand, when you have something that works, but it doesn't for one thing for 8 years. Bill Gates had that problem for 10. It kind of pisses you off. Which is why I'm doing this video. That's my dilemma. Let me put this up for you. Over the past, there you go, from October 24th to November 24th, what I was doing was I was staying in the movie. Now, I was calling life a movie that you have no control over. You're just watching. You have your emotions, and the universe or God or uses that to create your future. But at the end of the day, you have no control. A meteor could end all this shit 10 seconds from now. We don't have control. So just watch the movie. Now, if you were watching a movie and a scene was coming up and you really wanted something to go a certain way, how much stock would you have in it that the scene would go that way? Let's say you wanted the person to grow wings and win. You kind of don't put much stock into that because the director probably didn't put that in the movie, and you kind of let it ride. Apply that to real life movie. I'm not putting stock into any outcome because it's just I don't have control anyway. I might as well just find something else to do with my time. What else is there to do with your time besides think about a future or past event that's good or bad? Because that's basically what thoughts are. Not think at all. Stay present. Be here. That's why they call it a present, because it's the present. If you ever want to make God laugh, tell him your plan, because his plan is so much beggar? His plan is so much better than yours. How do you let his fan? How do you let his plan unfold as opposed to yours? Stay present. When you think about the past or the future, you're manifesting your plan. Stay present. It all just kind of works. It all just kind of fits together. That's why I love it so much. Uh, Stay in the movie. I did it. I successfully did this thing. It took me 8 years of meditating and practice to get my mind to a place where I was able to do it. I might have been able to do it earlier, but it came to me 8 years in, or however many long it's been. Stop. Anything you chase will run from you. That's just a law. It's just a law like gravity and time. For me to look at this picture, and this is the problem, for me to look at this picture right here and want to be there is the opposite, and that's my problem right now. How can I do both? How do I stay in the movie while imagining I'm somewhere else? Because imagining somewhere else leads to hoping that I'll get there someday, that I actually will, this manifestation actually will come true. You know what I mean? So that's the huge dilemma for me right there. But I went with it. October to November, I went with it. I stopped. I stayed in the movie. It was the most calming, soothing, greatest month of my life. Stuff just happened. I was put in a unique situation where I was to get a package a day, every single day, in the mail, and I did it not only for a month, but for like a month and a half. And I liked it so much that I started doing it for Christmas too. But it's kind of getting old. Honestly, it really is. At this point, it's become a chore. And that's just going on. That's just ordering Amazon Prime. It's free shipping, so you can order one thing a day. If you got 10 things, hey, 10 days. You know what I mean? So it's not like big willy, big shit. Trust me, I'm not bragging about that. But it was a beautiful thing. It was something I always wanted to do since I was a child, on some like bucket list shit. Get a package a day for a month. Like that's, I don't know why. That's just what it's something I would love to do. And I was able to do it in that month. And like I said, so much clarity. My father came down almost every single weekend. Thanksgiving turned out to be like 20 people were here. I didn't even know it was going to go down like that. And man, it was just a great time. And everything's been great ever since birthdays has passed. And everything's just been great. Now, November 24th comes. What do? I said, all right, well, that was so great. I'm not going back. The movie thing, watching the movie, not trying to play God, because it's funny. People ask me questions. When you gonna do this? When you gonna do that? Da da da. And I say, man, I'm not really trying to play God. And they're like, what do you mean? And they start taking offense. And I'm like, well, you're gonna sit there and guess at what's gonna happen and be mad if it's not. You know what I mean? Like, just let the chips fall. You don't know what God's gonna do. Meteor could strike. I always bring it up because it's true. It has happened. This Earth was created off of two meteor-type objects smashing into each other, and then billions more smashing into that one. So what do I do? What do I do? November 24th comes. So November 26th, I said, listen, for the next month, I'm gonna do, and that's when I decided I was gonna make it a monthly thing until it stops being a monthly thing. November 26th to December 26th. I really want to sit back and assess. And going right between Christmas and New Year's was such a hectic time, being Christmas, and then you get to relax for a week after that and then go party again. That's the perfect time for me to sit back and evaluate this. So everything kind of worked out. And November 24th is my cousin and best friend's birthday. That worked out smooth too. It's all signs, baby. So, affirmations. I wanted to really get strong into affirmations, thus the whole affirmations thing. I kind of was premature with that, but boom, you know what I did with it. In here, if you go into my affirmation reminders, I have 6 of them scheduled. One of them says yesterday, the rest of them don't, which means I did all my affirmations that I have listed here yesterday except for one, and this just says Power Essence Tuesdays. You guys know how I do the videos on here. about that. I forgot the last video I didn't have that thing in the lower corner. And all these are for today. Enjoy. Enjoy is a big one. When I when I first thought of that, it really hit me because you could be driving a Lamborghini or your dream car or be in your dream house or be with your dream spouse or be in your dream situation and still not being enjoying yourself. You could be a billionaire, but if you have no time because you're so busy making sure you stay a billionaire, you're not enjoying. And enjoyment can be enjoyed. Is that a word? Can be enjoyed. The moment can be enjoyed whether you're a billionaire or you're homeless. Some things are harder than others, but it is the same either way. All people laugh, no matter what culture you're in. We all, no matter what language you are, we all laugh the same. Um, so enjoy was a big one, and actually you can give them priorities. Enjoy has a three star priority. I'll say it's three exclamation points. It's because it's that important. I, because of what I've done, what I've been doing, how all the meditating and everything, I have a really, really unique ability to be able to really enjoy anything. And when I say anything, the calmer and more dull, and by dull I mean like the less things that are happening, the more I enjoy it. And meditative people will totally 100 get that because that's what it does. Meditation makes you enjoy stillness, silence, just being, to the point where you seek out opportunities to just be, which means you're leaving things like social media and people alone for a couple minutes so you can really connect with yourself, which means you're connecting with the environment around you, which means you're connecting with God, because everything that exists is made of what? It's made of who? Get back to that. I mean, but think about it. What harm could it do to get back to that? Put your phone down for a little bit. You're gonna miss something. The internet is like a bullet. It can be used for good, and it could be used to tear some shit up. And us humans, I seen it was a movie or something I saw tonight where they said they're so glad that man can't reach out and touch the stars or the sun, or they would have found a way to destroy it. And as sad as it is, as sad as it is, we have that potential to destroy. We do. We're doing it now. A whole planet that's been here for billions of years. We're the biggest threat it's ever had. That meteor shower that hit when the dinosaurs came, that that ain't got nothing on what we doing to the planet. A couple billion years later, what we doing is trying to make it. What we doing is going could make it split open. Like that comedian who would hit watermelons with the big mallet. Sorry, I had to bring a little light to it. Something's got to change. This is it. But in order to do this, we got to figure these things out, and I want you guys to help me out with this one. We're 19 minutes in. I'm going to end it soon, but that's my big dilemma right now. How do I sit back and enjoy it? And I know I said to myself, just do both. Find your moments. Spend most of your day in movie mode where you're just watching the movie and there's no expectations. There's no nothing. Enjoy your popcorn, sit down, shut up. Feel what you want to feel, but mind you, whatever you feel, you're shaping what you see to make you feel that feeling again. So go ahead, stress if you want to. Let me know how that works out for you. Matter of fact, don't, because I don't like bad news. But like I was saying, for me to see myself anywhere other than here, for one, I'm not being present. That is the opposite of letting God's plan for you unfold. That is the opposite of being present. Unless I close my eyes and I imagine myself in that spot, like the driver's seat of a car. I always tell people, if you wanted to visualize being in a car, normally you'd see yourself driving by as opposed to being behind the steering wheel. That's how you got to take it. But if I'm to water that seat, this seat, or you're to water that seat about the car, we are not present. We're not letting God's plan unfold. We are vibrating at a beautiful frequency and magnetizing that frequency closer to us for a second or two before our ego steps in and says, no, you're not. You're at home with your eyes closed, dummy. And now you're vibrating at a frequency of that's just a dream and you're just wasting your time, basically, because you're like, that's just a dream. It's going to stay on the wall as a picture and I'm going to be here forever. It's a nasty thing, the ego. It's a nasty thing, but guess what? We gotta find a way to get through this. We gotta find a way to get through this. I made a diagram on the wall that I've been working on as far as the mental steps, where I take it every time I use it. Every time which hasn't been a lot, because just like this, it kind of faded away, especially I had all these people here in the past week. It was crazy. Stop. Let's see. There is an opening right there where I say stop. And then okay, there's an opening right there for me to run a scenario, see myself there, enjoy it, and come back before the ego gets a chance to say something. Because that's what happened with this. The ego didn't even say nothing about the jet. I'm confident that I'll be in a jet soon. I've been in scenarios like that before, so that's not even a problem. So the ego took it to another place. It said, well, because remember, the ego and the subconscious work together to bring you back to this moment by all means necessary. It uses the subconscious's database, which has logged every single thing you've ever done and did your whole life, and that's what calculates how you feel about making certain decisions, good and bad and whatnot. The ego took it straight to the next place, which was, Negro, you don't even use that board. I'll tell you, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. That's what it said. God whispered in my ear, Negro, you don't even use that board. If you watch Bad Boys 2 in Spanish, they go, Negro. It's funny. But yes, hard work, dedication, which is not what I've been doing. I've had family over. This house has been packed for the past week. And honestly, I haven't had a second to relax until right now. Right before I hit record, I was chill mode, getting real meditative, just real relaxed. And I brought him in. And I realized that I was bringing him in for the first time in days, probably. I've had moments. I've done my exercises. Doing an affirmation is totally different than bringing them in. Doing an affirmation is putting yourself somewhere. You're 100% focused on that. There is no focus this way. Bringing him in requires more focus on the watcher watching you than any other subject. As soon as you start to veer off into another subject or even talk about another subject, your attention kind of shifts and you kind of go on to that. And then you say, oh yeah, I forgot. I was supposed to keep the watcher in while I was running that scenario, and you try it again and you fail. 100% of your attention at the end of the day, it's not going to be split up 50-50. It doesn't work like that. Try to make a sentence, your mind is going to want to figure that whole sentence out before you spit it out. It needs RAM for that. By the way, look up the origin of RAMs. They said that's not even what it was originally called. It was a typo. The guy stuck with it, and here we are. What do we do? What do we do? I'll tell you what, though. Feeling in my chest, I'm not inspired. I'm not amped up. I'm not super happy about my career because I'm not thinking about it. I'm not watering seeds. I'm watching the movie and being happy about the movie. I said, you know what? Let's just be ecstatic about certain things. Let's be ecstatic about my ride right now, which manifests a better ride. Whether it's through a lottery win or the blowing up with the neopositivity.com, don't matter. And that's how I like to handle things, because you always wrong at the end of the day when you try to make these guesses. So let's just stick to the outcome. Let God work out the middle, man. Try to appreciate my crib. It's a badass crib. Let's go. Manifest a better crib. My money situation. I get paid every day. Manifest more being happy about getting paid every day. If you want to make me happier, you gotta up the ante. That's what I'm manifesting. A lot of hard work. I just dozed off real quick. A lot of hard work went behind this, but you know what? We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. But are we? No, not are we as in are we gonna get it? Am I gonna blow? Are we gonna come up with a solution for this? The human psyche, the brain, how it's working. I gotta be honest with you. I'm 8 years in. I've come up with 50,000 mental exercises, each exceeding the one before it. With the one I'm currently working on being the best. It's not looking hopeful. Neo Positivity says this thing is a word. It is the hardest occupation a man can have, according to both science and religion, and I am 100% in agreement with that. I've worked construction. I've been a cop in the most dangerous city in America. Okay, captain of the football team. I've done a lot. Been a lot of places. This is by far, and when I say by far, far, far. You ever had a science teacher try to illustrate to you how far the moon is from here? I had a teacher take the chalk and make a dot and make another dot and go all the way around the whole room, wall, window, and everything to illustrate that. If I had to put, being a cop was probably the hardest thing I've done. No, actually, it wasn't. I'd probably say construction work does. I like being a cop. It was actually fun. Any type of, anything that happened, it was just made me stronger and smarter. I guess doing like construction work, working on them houses when I was real estate investing, that shit really sucked. It was sweaty and dirty and nasty and grimy working on them houses in Camden. I had a bunch of properties in Camden, and yeah. So if construction is earth and you draw that chalk all the way around the room, that is how hard this is. Try it. Try it. I'm not only asking you to try it, I'm counting on you trying it. It's the reason why I made this video, is so you try it. Get a hold of that thing. It's running wild. Get a hold of that thing. It'll give you what it's used to. Make it used to something else. We'll start there. Start small. If you can get to see the movie, if you remember to do the affirmations and call God Father like your Father, the Father who loves you and would give you anything at the drop of a hat just to see you smile. Get amped up and scream, Father! Yeah! Ooh, beat on your chest. George of the Jungle, beat on your chest. Happy. Yes. Watch and see what happens. It's coming up on 29 minutes. I'm ending a little early. I love you guys. I'll catch you on this on the next one, alright? This is your boy Neo, and this has been another one.